This man convinced the smartest investors on earth to hand him $65 billion. Harvard professors, Hollywood celebrities, even other billionaires, and for 17 years, nobody questioned him. Until one day, the truth exploded. It was all fake from day one. Bernie Madoff wasn't some random scammer. He was the chairman of NASDAQ, the guy everyone trusted with their money. He literally sat on the SEC's advisory board. You know, the people whose job is to catch frauds. So when you gave Bernie your money, it didn't feel risky. It felt exclusive, like you'd just been invited into a secret club for the rich and powerful. And that's exactly how he wanted it. He didn't chase investors. He didn't advertise. He actually turned people away. If you wanted to invest with Madoff, you had to know someone who knew someone. And once you were in, you saw perfect returns, 10 to 12% every single year. Not too high to raise suspicion, not too low to be boring. It was the Goldilocks zone of investing. But here's what nobody knew. Every single profit you saw was just other people's money. Let me show you exactly how this worked. It's so simple, it's scary. Person A gives Bernie $100,000. Bernie promises a 10% return. So person A expects $110,000 at the end of the year. Then person B comes along with $200,000. Same promise, 10% returns. Now here's the trick. When person A asks for their money, Bernie just takes $110,000 from person B's deposit and gives it to them. Boom! Person A thinks they just made a profit. They brag about it at dinner parties. More people invest. Bernie uses new money to pay old investors. As long as more cash keeps flowing in than going out, the illusion lives on. And somehow it did, for 17 years. But here's the funniest part, if you can even call it that. Bernie didn't even try to make it look real. His official trading records, printed on a dot matrix printer from the 1980s. Some account statements had math errors, literal mistakes a calculator could have caught. And one investigator found trades listed on days when the stock market was closed. So why didn't anyone catch it? Good question. Let's talk about that. Here's where things get frustrating, because people did try to warn everyone. A financial analyst named Harry Markopolos sent the SEC a 21-page report titled, "The World's Largest Hedge Fund is a Fraud." He literally proved mathematically that Madoff's returns were impossible. And what did the SEC do? Nothing. They ignored it. Madoff's firm supposedly managed $65 billion with 3 employees. For reference, a normal firm with that much money would have hundreds of staff. 3 people couldn't even file that many reports, let alone trade that much money. His accounting firm? Just one guy, working out of a strip mall in New York. That's like Elon Musk filing his taxes at a small-town tax shop next to a pizza place. But here's the real reason nobody questioned it. The returns were too consistent. When the market went down, Madoff's clients still made money. When it went up, they still made money. Even in 2008, when the financial world was falling apart, Madoff's investors earned another 10%. People should have thought, that's impossible. Instead, they thought, wow, Bernie must be a genius. That's how scams work. They don't just trick your logic. They play with your hope. When something seems too good to be true, we want to believe it's real. Then came December 2008. The economy crashed, panic spread, and Madoff's clients started asking for their money back. Not because they suspected anything, they just needed cash. But here's the problem. There was no money. The moment people started withdrawing, the system fell apart. No new money coming in meant he couldn't pay the old investors. The illusion was over. On December 10, 2008, Bernie called his sons into his office and confessed, "It's all one big lie. There is no money." His sons immediately called the FBI. The next morning, Bernie Madoff was arrested. $65 billion gone, just vanished. Charities went bankrupt. Retirees lost everything. Even Elie Wiesel, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, lost his entire foundation's money. $15 million gone overnight. And when Bernie was asked why, he simply said, "I just wanted to be successful. I wanted to be respected." He got 150 years in prison and died there in 2021. So what can you learn from this? Because Ponzi schemes are still happening, just with fancier websites and better marketing. Here's how to protect yourself. Consistent returns, no matter what. Real investments go up and down. If someone promises you 10% every single year, run. Secret or exclusive strategies. If they can't explain how they make money in simple words, it's probably fake. Trouble withdrawing your money. Delays, excuses, the system's down, major red flag. Unregistered investments or unlicensed sellers. Always verify before investing. If it's not listed with regulators, don't even think about it. Because here's the truth. Scammers don't just take your money, they take your trust. And once that's gone, it's hard to get back. So next time someone offers you an exclusive opportunity, remember Bernie Madoff and maybe keep your wallet in your pocket.